Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, get this. Did you know we currently generate over 100 terabytes of environmental data every single day? It's literally mind-boggling. We're taking a super fascinating look at the intersection of our environment and cutting-edge tech. For the longest time, the whole narrative around our planet's future has felt, well, kind of like a doomsday countdown, right? But consider this. What if we could flip that script completely? What if, instead of just bracing for impact, we actually built an optimized, intelligent system to manage it all? Let's dive right in.
So think about this massive pivot for a second. What if we actually stopped reacting to climate change and started predicting it? Historically, we've basically been playing a giant game of catch-up. We wait for a disaster to happen, assess the terrible fallout, and then scramble to figure out how to clean up the mess. But honestly, given the sheer scale of the environment we live in today, that old approach is totally obsolete. It demands a massive shift away from reaction straight into prediction and prevention. Just look at the sheer contrast in how we handle this stuff. The traditional approach to environmental management is fundamentally reactive. It relies on manual decision-making, which, let's face it, is painfully slow, and frankly, the human brain simply can't process billions of global data points all at once. We wait, we see, we act. But the tech-based approach, that is entirely predictive. It leverages AI-driven decisions to be incredibly, unbelievably fast. We are literally moving from a sluggish manual response to a high-speed automated defense system that can analyze billions of inputs in milliseconds. It's a total game changer.
So here is exactly how we're going to unpack this today. First, we'll cover the predictive shift. Then, we'll map out Earth's new nervous system, see AI in reality, explore global platforms, and finally, look ahead to our future climate.
Okay, Section 1, the predictive shift, moving from reaction to prevention.
Right, so how do we actually make that leap from reaction to prevention? Well, in this new predictive era, climate technology isn't just about hardware, things like solar panels or wind turbines. It's actually about these invisible software ecosystems. We're looking at specific tools that monitor, predict, and solve environmental problems by combining vast oceans of data with automation. We're talking about building a digital infrastructure that actively manages the planet's health. It's constantly learning, constantly adapting, entirely in real time. Notice this continuous feedback loop here. This is basically the heartbeat of modern climate tech. Step 1, we collect the data. Step 2, AI analyzes that massive influx of information. And it does this at a speed no human team could ever dream of matching, spotting patterns in seconds that might take us literally decades to see. Step 3, a decision is formulated. And then step 4, an action is taken to create a solution. And the coolest part, the absolute second that action is taken, new data is generated and the whole loop starts all over again, getting smarter and faster every single time. But here's the catch. An AI brain is absolutely useless without a sensory network to feed it that information. Which brings us to Section 2, Earth's new nervous system, gathering the vital data. Because to manage a planet, you have to be able to measure it, right? Up at the macro level, we've got satellites providing real-time global monitoring from space, beaming down dozens of terabytes of critical environmental data every single day. Down here on the ground, we have highly sensitive sensors and weather stations gathering super precise hyperlocal data. And then, acting as the ultimate translator for all of this, we have AI doing the heavy lifting of processing and analysis. We are effectively wiring the Earth with a digital nervous system. So we have the brain and we have the nervous system. Let's look at Section 3, AI in the real world, turning data into action. Now, the stakes here are incredibly high. We aren't just talking about optimizing a few spreadsheets in an office. We're talking about tangible applications that literally save human lives. By feeding historical and real-time weather data into AI models, we can now generate highly accurate flood predictions. I mean, think about it. AI predicting a river's exact flood path 48 hours before a single drop of rain even falls. The direct benefit is unparalleled preparedness. It gives communities that absolutely crucial lead time they desperately need to evacuate, distribute resources, and ultimately survive. And we can apply that exact same predictive logic to protecting our natural resources too. Imagine a satellite detecting a subtle thermal anomaly in a highly protected forest, basically the very start of an illegal logging operation. Within seconds, the AI flags it, generating an instant alert that immediately deploys local authorities. By the time the bad actors have even fired up their equipment, they've already been caught. That is the incredible power of a real-time predictive defense system. And we're seeing these intelligent nervous systems wake up everywhere. across entirely different sectors. In energy, AI is balancing the power grid so perfectly to match consumer demand that it pretty much eliminates waste. In agriculture, you've got automated drones acting as hypervigilant farmers, gathering precise soil data to trigger smart irrigation and massively boost crop yields. And in our cities, AI is finally trying to solve that age-old nightmare of managing rush hour traffic, right alongside tracking waste to create hyper-efficient urban environments. But scaling this whole thing up, that is where things get truly fascinating. Section 4, Global Digital Climate Platforms. Scaling up to a global system. To truly manage an intelligent planet, you need a unified hierarchy, and this flow captures exactly how that works. It starts way at the top with a unified global platform tracking worldwide emissions and climate trends. That massive view then feeds down into specific country dashboards. From there, we drill down into city data, and incredibly, all the way down to individual data. This means your personal smart thermostat or your EV charging habits feed securely upward into this massive network. You become an active, contributing node in a completely connected planetary ecosystem. And this flow of data fundamentally upgrades how we create and implement laws. AI policy integration is an absolute game changer. It supports active policymaking by running billions of simulations on what actually works, based entirely on hard data rather than guesswork. It also monitors real-time compliance, so we know instantly if a regulation is actually effectively reducing emissions. It basically takes raw data insights and turns them directly into actionable policy implementation on an international scale. But what happens as all these technologies mature? That brings us to Section 5, the future of climate. Looking ahead to 2030 and beyond. The projected timeline here reveals an absolutely incredible trajectory. By 2030, we expect to have absolute, flawless, real-time global monitoring. We're looking at fully realized digital twins of the Earth, basically a virtual working replica of our entire planet where we can simulate climate outcomes before they ever happen in reality. By 2040, the goal is automated sustainability, where smart grids and smart agriculture practically run themselves. And by 2050, the projection is that autonomous AI will actively control and optimize a vast climate systems globally. Mind-blowing, right? Now, behind all of this breathtaking innovation is a massive economic engine. Healing the planet is no longer just some charitable endeavor. It's quickly becoming the most lucrative sector of the 21st century. Climate AI startups are racing to build the absolute best prediction tools. Software-as-a-service platforms are thriving in data analytics, helping megacorporations track and optimize their footprints. And the energy sector? It's seeing massive, unprecedented investment. Sustainability is quite literally becoming the new economy. Ultimately, what we are seeing is a complete paradigm shift. Technology is the absolute backbone of our future solutions. We are moving away from a fragile, manually managed world toward a highly optimized, completely data-driven reality. AI enables the prediction and the optimization required to finally break us out of reaction mode, allowing us to create a truly intelligent planet. And that leaves us with one incredibly provocative thought to consider as we close out today. As we build these brilliant autonomous systems to track, manage, and heal our world, are we truly ready to let an intelligent, self-optimizing planet run itself? It is a deeply fascinating future to prepare for. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.